All right, and what is up, everyone? OJ here. Welcome to another video. We've got PE Live, or another live stream, I should say. PE Live going down today. We got a lot of stuff. We got some BS to bust today. We're going to be busting some BS. Now, I want to first and foremost say, guys, this is no hard feelings. Let me just get this out there right there to anybody who's going to get upset. Or maybe, you know, Dave watches this, or other people that are on Twitter that say things, and they say certain things and they take it personally. Please do not take stuff about video games personally. Do not take what is gonna go down personally. But when I see BS, when I see false information, when I see people making stuff up in order for their own narrative, that's when I gotta step in and bust some BS. That's when I gotta step in and bust some BS. And there was a lot of BS going on today. Look, everybody has their opinion. You guys can have opinions. That's fine. But you can't ignore facts to push your narrative and then spin your narrative as in it's fact by trying to use something as iconic as the Super Nintendo to push your own narrative that you probably wouldn't even support yourself if it was there, which I'll get to in just a bit. So we're going to give our shout outs to everybody here. First of all, shout outs to all of the chat here. What's good to everybody? We got some people here. So let me give my shout outs to people first, and then we'll discuss what happened and all of that. So, shout outs to El Chupacabra. What's good, Elite Ninja? El Chupacabra. Sean Diamond, what's good? Elite Ninja. Shout outs to Kevin Ramirez. What's good? Seller7, what is good? KAG, what's good, my boy? A Gamer, Boy Z. Look, there's no need to say like F Dave or anything like that. There's no need to say anything stuff like that, guys. Like I said, this isn't personal. You don't need to take shots at them. You don't need to go raid them, or not raid them, you don't need to go spam them or anything like that. All I'm trying to sit here and say is I don't want narratives pushed that aren't real. If somebody's gonna willfully create content for me by saying something false, I'm going to take advantage of that. That's just what I do. I'm on YouTube. I'm a content creator. If I see something that's inherently wrong, I am going to talk about it. Like I said, no shots to anybody, to Dave or to anybody else that I'm going to say something about. But when there's silly stuff being said, I'm going to sit here and talk about it because I'm a YouTube content creator. I'm a live streamer. That's what I do. So don't take it. Please do not take it personally. I'm not going after anybody's throat, not getting defensive. A lot of people like to accuse me of stuff and say things. You're aggressive towards passive aggressive. Say a bunch of stupid things. Chill out, relax, calm down. We're talking about video games here, okay? There's a disagreement on one thing or another. I love all people, except for bad people. I love all my fellow gamers. I'm a fan of everybody, to be honest. I'm a fan of everybody and people that are good gamers and everything, okay? I have no ill will or intent towards really anybody on this planet that I know or that I've spoken to in one way or another. Even people that have wronged me, okay? I have no ill will towards anybody or upset or angry. I'm not an angry person towards anybody on this planet. However, like I said, I will create content if you're going to hand it to me on a freaking silver platter. So we will do that. So anyway, Shout outs to let's see here. El Chupacabra once again. Avadim, what's good? Abaddon, what's good, my boy? Valhalla Outcast, what's good? VCIPZ, what's good? Skip It Productions, what's good? Let's see here. Oman Antonio, what's good, man? You got like 4 names, man. Awesome. Dank Meme Center, what's good? Let's see here. Rain, is it Rain Tribe? Rain Tribe? Focus on Me, what's good? Rodrigo, what's good? Sub-082, what's good, man? Live Essence, let's go. Dank Meme Center, what's good? Once again, I said it again. Big Mo, 375, what's good? The Sorcerer, the Man, what's good, man? How you doing? Michael O'Brien, how's it going? Neil Blitz, the Prinny, what's good? Plinch Revolver, we'll talk about Xenoblade Chronicles 2 because I've been getting really hardcore back into it, so we'll talk about Xenoblade Chronicles 2. In just a bit after our main topic. Shout outs to Amiibo Fan with the $1 donation. Thank you so much. First donation of the stream. Give some shout outs to Amiibo Fan. Thank you so much for the $1 donation, homie. Let's see here. Eating a box of Mr. T cereal. Let's go. Shout outs to T Dude. What's good, man? Nathaniel Ventura. What's good? J2 Blue. What's up, man? Metal Smasher Gaming. What's good? PB. What's good? Stitch. What's good? Fire Blast Gaming. Shout outs to Elite Ninja Asan. What's up, man? How's it going? Good to see you here. KJ2399, good. Always good to see you here, KJ. Good to see you here, brother. How you doing today? Let's see here. Weam Gamer, what's good? Shout outs to Elite Ninja Weam Gamer. Good to see you here, man. Epic Steve says, players, Switch needs all third-party titles. LOL, JK. Well, I mean, it'd be nice if it got them. Don't get me wrong, it would. Don't get me wrong, man. Pato Box, good stuff. VCIPZ, I see you, man. I see your comment. I'm just not always gonna read everything that you guys have to say. Like if it's like a big long comment, we'll talk about that stuff in the Q&A section, or like the free topic section if you want to tell me about games you've been playing and stuff like that, and I'll talk about it. Is it Kuna? El Kuna on Twitch. Shout outs to the Twitch Fire Nation. What's good? How you doing today? You see that? I got the Twitch chat up. Look, I didn't even have to wait till the stream started. Your boys got the Twitch chat already up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Let's go. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the content here, guys. Let's go ahead and get into the content. So today on Twitter, of course, because Twitter is Twitter, there's been quite a number of people that have been complaining, YouTube content creators, just people in general complaining after the Nindies showcase that, there's this Nindies now, blah, 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 Nintendo's just they just start going crazy about indies. So essentially what they're doing is they're complaining about more games coming to a system. That's what they're doing. They're complaining about more games coming to a system, and they're complaining that like games like, well, there's actually a lot of people complaining about different stuff. Nintendo's first party output, they're complaining about third party output, and probably the comment that actually made me actually want to talk about this, like I said, once again, no shots towards Dave, but he made a comment about about the Nintendo Switch. So I got to read off this comment, and then I got to break down why this comment's ridiculous. I got to break down why it's a ridiculous comment and why it's not true. So essentially what he had to say here, he quoted another guy named Joey Ferris, which I follow on Twitter. And Joey Ferris first said, remember, Nintendo Switch owners, you are a heathen if you want just a little more AAA support on your system. Well, the first problem with that comment, AAA support, that's a stupid term. That's a dumb term. So that's the first problem with Joey Ferris's comment. Shout out to Joey Ferris. He's a cool dude. But that's a AAA support. That's a stupid term in the first place. So that's the first thing. But we all can, I guess, assume what he's talking about here, right? So then Dave quoted that tweet and then said, and then this is what he had to say here to this is just ridiculous. He said, "Can you imagine if Super Nintendo was only getting NES ports, while Genesis got Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy VI, Castlevania 4, and Mega Man X? Super Nintendo would have lost big time. There were no excuses or exceptions back then. All modern day third-party support is imperative to lasting success." This might possibly be the absolute worst comparison that I've ever seen in my life. This might be one of the worst comparisons that I've ever freaking seen. Let's just ignore Valkyria Chronicles 4. Let's ignore Dragon Ball Fighters. Let's ignore Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana, because he's naming Japanese games here. This is not just a Western thing, so I caught him here with that one. He's naming Japanese games, so let's just ignore that. Let's just ignore Octopath Traveler. Let's just ignore all of those games that are coming to the Nintendo Switch or already came out. Let's just ignore them and just say, NES ports, as in those would be the indie games. So let's just ignore all those ports right there, because let's just ignore The World Ends With You Final Remix. Let's just ignore all of that I just said. Let's ignore Knights of Azure. Let's ignore Attack on Titan. Let's ignore My Hero 1's Justice. Let's just ignore Grandia. Let's ignore Langrisser. Let's ignore all of these games, whether it's remasters of Dreamcast or PS1 or whatever the case is, whether it's current generation like Dragon Ball Fighters or Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana or Attack on Titan or Knights of Azure or Atelier, that's also coming to the Switch, or what's the next, there was like a Koei Tecmo game, I think it's not Dynasty Warriors, but it's the other thing that they do. Orochi Warriors. Let's ignore Orochi Warriors. Let's ignore all of that to push this silly narrative. Because that's what he just did here. He said, imagine if the NES was only getting NES ports, which would be the indie games, and Chrono Trigger and all those games were went to the Sega Genesis. Yet He just ignored, oh, how about Dragon Quest 11? Yes, it's not coming day and date, but it's still coming to the Nintendo Switch. How about Dragon Quest Builders that already came out on the system? How about Dragon Quest Builders 2 that's coming out on the Nintendo Switch? How about Lost Sphere? How about I Am Setsuna? How about all of these Japanese games, since you're mentioning Japanese games that have been ported over that aren't NES ports or aren't anything like that? What is with this narrative? What is this narrative that's being pushed onto users? Who are the 32 people that agreed with this? What? These 32 people, who are you guys? Does anybody want to come on here from these 32 people that agreed with this ridiculous statement? Does anybody want to agree? Does anybody want to come on here and talk about that? Or should we just ignore everything that I just said? This is absolutely ridiculous. What kind of narrative is this, Dave? Like, I'm sorry, I can't, like I said, you're a cool dude, but I can't sit here and let stuff like this fly. What do you, you just literally ignored this upcoming September. We have Dragon Ball Fighters, and we have Valkyria Chronicles 4, 2 current generation games coming. You're talking about big Japanese games. Heck, Dragon Quest 11, big Japanese game, it's getting ported over to the Switch as well. Dragon Quest Builders is a big game as well. It's getting ported over to the Switch as well. What is this narrative? This is ridiculous. Does anybody want to argue this point that he has on here? I will be free. Come on Discord. I will do a live. We can bring you on Google Hangouts. I will bring on anybody who wants to argue for this narrative. Okay? The Super Nintendo and the Super Nintendo 1, it was a combination of first and third party. There was no indies back then. Japanese third-party developers are going to be supporting the Nintendo Switch with games. It's not going to get every single thing, but this man brings up Mega Man X. Mega Man 11 is coming to the Switch, homie! Mega Man 11 is coming to the Switch! Octopath, which is a game that's kind of the old school like Chrono Trigger, is on the Switch. Classic games like Chrono Trigger, Dragon Quest 11, and RPGs are coming to the system. Castlevania is rumored to come to the Switch. What are these comparisons? Oh my gosh, this is absolutely ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Shout outs to Avidin with the $2 donation. I can't roll with this. I can't roll with this statement. I'm sorry. Usually I just ignore the statements that he makes, but I can't sit here and let this stuff and me not make content on it. I've got to make content on a comment like this. I've got to, because it's too entertaining to make content. Am I clickbaiting with it? Maybe. Whatever you want to consider clickbait. I don't care. But like I said, this is no personal shots at him himself. No personal shots, but I gotta talk about this when it comes to Nintendo Switch. I've gotta make content. This is what I do. So if anybody's like thinking that I'm, being angry and calling him out or like being mad and all that, no, I'm a YouTube content creator. I cover Switch predominantly, and I'm going to cover something like this. I'm sorry, I've got to do it. We got 200 people watching, so it's going to happen, guys. Your brother's got to eat. Brother got to eat. So anyway, Avidin with the $2 donation, he says, it's one thing to not care for the Nindies showcase. It's another thing to start asserting false notion of Nintendo hasn't been doing anything all year and has nothing but Pokemon and Smash for winter. It's an extremely silly notion, and it's a complete, like I said, he's completely ignoring pretty much all of the Japanese, if you want to talk about Japanese games that are coming over, he's completely ignoring all of those to push this silly narrative. There were no excuses or exceptions back then. The Super Nintendo was the top of the line. Super Nintendo was the powerful of the most powerful. It was what developers were developing on. The PlayStation, Xbox, and PC has become the go-to for a lot of developers. And this statement is so weird and mixed up because he says there's no excuses or anything back then. In this generation, Microsoft and Sony are top dogs. Nintendo is not top dog in this generation. It's not about excuses or exceptions. Nintendo was dominant back then. Nintendo is no longer the top dog when it comes to third-party relations, third-party developers, and third-party games. What is that second comment aimed at? What is that? Can you not realize where the Super Nintendo was coming off of the wildly successful NES that completely saved the gaming industry? You're damn right there was no excuses or exceptions back then because Nintendo just saved the industry. How are you comparing that to the Switch, which came off of the flippity flop of the Wii U, and trying to put those two in comparison? What? What? And I know he knows his history. The mindset of how Nintendo was at that point with the Super Nintendo compared to the Switch is completely different. Major third-party developers don't need Nintendo. I've been saying this forever. Major Western developers don't need Nintendo. Rockstar doesn't need Nintendo. EA doesn't need Nintendo. All these developers that are the majority of Western developers that are making games don't need Nintendo. That's just a fact. There's enough systems out there to where they don't need them. Back in the Super Nintendo days, yeah, you're damn skippy there was no exceptions or anything because they needed them because Nintendo was the market leader. Nintendo just got done selling 60 million NES systems. Nintendo got done selling 13 million Wii U's. This narrative is ridiculous. This is ridiculous that I even have to come in here and rant about this on somebody who knows his history. What? And then the last statement here. I'm sorry, I got to break it down because this is some of the stuff that other people have been saying online too. It's not just Dave, but there's other people saying too. All modern day third-party support is imperative to lasting success. That, and I'll get to the donations in just a bit. That is complete hogwash. Give me just a second. And yes, Barefoot Waifu, guys. Barefoot Waifu coming up. Have you ever heard of this system right here? This is called a Nintendo 3DS. It's completely portable. It was geared towards the Japanese market and Western gamers who like Japanese games. Has indies, has classic games, has first-party titles. Literally has none of the major third-party support, and this system absolutely kicked Microsoft's butt with all of the third-party support that it does have. This system is going on 80 million units sold with none of the major Western support. Now, last time I checked, the Nintendo Switch, for many people, is being played a lot like a Nintendo 3DS. Last time I checked, Nintendo 3DS and a lot of the franchises that were only on here are coming over to Switch. Oh, for example, like The World Ends, or sorry, not that was DS, but whatever. The World Ends With You. That's coming over. That was a portable game beforehand. It's never been on a home console before. That's coming over. You have games like Fire Emblem. The most recent Fire Emblems have all been on the Nintendo 3DS. You have games like Octopath Traveler, which is kind of like an offshoot or whatever of Bravely Default, and they're teasing Bravely Default for the Nintendo Switch. So Nintendo is getting a lot of the games and franchises that this system got, plus it's getting a lot of the stuff that it didn't get beforehand, like Doom and like Wolfenstein and like Ys 8 and other games like that. There are so many games. It's the first time ever on Nintendo platform. Guys, this is just spitting facts. This isn't about defending or anything like that, because I already know some people are going to rush in here with that. This is about, I have not said a single thing that wasn't true. It's not speculation. It's not just making up my own narrative. This is facts, what I'm saying here. No, all modern third-party support is not imperative to lasting success. If that is the case, can you please explain to me why the Nintendo 3DS is absolutely destroying the Xbox One or destroyed the Xbox One in sales? And can you explain to me why the Nintendo Switch, even going on to 2 years now, is still destroying the Xbox One? Can you explain to me why the Xbox One has a freaking layaway program for people? They are so desperate for sales, and all of their lasting third-party support that they have from all the Western developers, they are so desperate for sales, they're letting you, they're doing a freaking Walmart layaway plan. Like, I've never even, what? I mean, I know they did before with the Xbox 360, but dude, how many years are we into the generation? We're 5 years into the generation, and Microsoft is saying, hey man, you can have an Xbox with 24 easy payments. They sound like a used car salesman. Are we buying systems, or are we buying a car? Because that's what I do with the car. Oh, okay, yeah, I can't spend 15 grand on my Chevy LTZ supercharged. Okay, you have payment plan. Well, we're doing this with systems now? This is the system that has all the third-party support for lasting success? You out here used car salesmaning systems? Get out of here with that garbage, dude. Like, what is all this about? Where's all the success for the Xbox One with all of its support? Why is the Nintendo Switch absolutely slapping the Xbox One? Now, in the thumbnail, guys, and I'll get to all the donations, guys, and I'll get to you guys' comments. Sorry, I just gotta finish this rant. In the thumbnail, I show Smash Brothers, and I'm gonna get some chat interaction here. I show Smash Brothers, and I show Pokemon. Does anybody think with Smash Brothers, Pokemon Metroid, Fire Emblem, probably Animal Crossing next year, Pokemon 2019 next year. Does anybody think the Xbox One and all of its third-party support are going to outsell the Switch in the same time period? Does anybody actually think? Press 1 if you think that the Xbox One has a chance to beat the Switch this year or next year with the games that I just listed and unannounced games that I haven't even talked about. Unannounced games that does anybody think that? Press 1 if you think so. Press 2 or say no if you don't think so. Does anybody think the Xbox One, because we're talking about lasting success, so I would think 2 years plus is lasting success. So does anybody actually think the Xbox One, with all of its third-party support, all of its modern third-party support that it gets, has a chance against the Nintendo Switch? And I just listed a few different games there. I want to see anybody, does anybody think it has a chance? We see some ones. I think you guys are joking. No chance in hell. Does anybody actually think it has a chance? I want to know. You don't think? I think Animal Crossing is coming next year. Oh, absolutely, Animal Crossing is coming next year. Absolutely. 1 + 1 - 1 twos. I think you guys are confused on what to press. Okay, let's read off some donations. Let's read off some donations here. Shout outs to Avinen. He says, okay, I already read that one. So shout outs to Avinen. Thank you so much for the $2 donation. Shout outs to Christopher with the $2 donation as well. Do people think that Nintendo had less indie directs that would somehow speed up the release of bigger titles? LOL, complaining about more games makes no sense. Exactly. I think that's the thing. That's the narrative that's being pushed here with people being upset. It's like, oh, well, Nintendo's announcing these games and it's delaying the more big. No, it's not delaying anything. Third-party developers will announce and put out their games when they feel like it. Last year, we got a lot of the third-party big games announced in a fall direct. So people are now being impatient and not waiting for the fall direct. It's summer. There's not a bunch of big game announcements or big game releases in the summer anyway. And next month we got Valkyria Chronicles 4 and we got Dragon Ball FighterZ and we got My Hero Academia coming up as well. So it's not like there isn't bigger games coming over to the Nintendo Switch. It's not like Monster Hunter didn't just drop Ys 8, Wolfenstein, Octopath. It's not like there weren't bigger games. It's not like indies are the only thing to play on the Nintendo Switch. And that's the narrative that I see people trying to spin, and it's BS because it goes directly in the face of when we see the sales and we see, okay, Octopath is selling really well. Okay, this game is doing like Ys 8 did really well. Okay, what was it? Crash Bandicoot is doing really well on the Switch. Like, people are buying bigger games on the Switch. People are buying Shining Resonance Refrain. People are buying bigger games. People are buying Monster Hunter. People are buying Blade Strangers. People are buying other types of games outside of indies. Yet a lot of these people like to spin this narrative that I'm getting kind of sick of. Look, if you don't like indie games or whatever the case is, that's fine. But don't sit there and spin the narrative as if there's not anything else. As if indie games are the only thing coming to the system because you are too lazy to look, or you aren't really necessarily a big fan of the Nintendo Switch, more like a fake fan out here, and you probably wouldn't buy the bigger games that come to the Switch anyway. I need to see some receipts from some of these people. I'm sorry, I need to see some receipts, because anytime a big game does come out, I don't see them talking about Doom. I don't see them talking about LA Noire. I don't see them streaming it on their channel. I don't see any of that. I see them playing it on Xbox One. I see them playing it on PS4. I see them playing it on PC and then complaining about frame rates. So I need to see some receipts, because I see people complaining about modern and big success, and then when a big game comes, I don't see nothing on their channels. So I need to see some receipts from some of these people that are complaining a lot, because they ain't even buying the games that are coming out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. I'm actually the one who's buying the big games that are coming out. You know what I'm saying? Heck, even if I don't like them, I buy them for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I actually bought 3 copies of Doom. I bought one for myself, and I bought 2 others to give away to people that rather not be named because they didn't have any money. So I bought 3 copies of Doom. I'm out here giving away copies of Doom. I gave away a copy of LA Noire. Okay? I bought the game just to support it. And I gave it away. I didn't feel like playing because I already played and beat the game. I'm out here supporting these big games. Yet you got these complainers. I want to see some receipts from some of these complainers. Are you guys actually buying the big games that are coming? Or are you just one of those out there that are just saying stuff just to say? That's what I want to know. Like I said, no shots, but I want to see some actual receipts, man. I want to see some receipts. Let's see here. Let me get to some more donations, man. And like I said, guys, please, This is for entertainment purposes. I am not mad. I'm not angry. I'm not defensive. I'm not passive aggressive. This is for entertainment purposes. We have 270 people watching because it's fun to watch somebody rant about something that they disagree with. I have no ill will or ill content or any type of thing to anybody who disagrees with my point. I'm not mad or angry. I need to make sure I say this because you have the people like Rerez come out here and come on the stream and yell at me and say, oh, well, you're attacking me and you're sending trolls over. Guys, don't troll any of these people. Don't get angry and upset. We are doing this for entertainment purposes and because I want to talk about it because I am a content creator. That is it. There's a line, okay? It's not personal or anything. Let me just make sure I clarify that. And if anybody tries to come at me, I'm gonna clip this segment and throw it in their face. I'm gonna clip this part that I just said right here and throw it in their face. Also, some of my mods, make sure you write down the timing of when I actually said what I said in the live stream right here, so we don't get any of these jabronis coming at me in this way, trying to say you're being aggressive towards other people. You're being so angry. I don't want none of that stuff on my Twitter feed tomorrow or tonight. Okay. So there you go. Anyway, shout outs to Joey V with the $10 donation. He says, yo, just got here. Who is LJ going in on today? I'm going in on a tweet from Super Metal Dave because I felt that it was just ridiculous. Shout outs to Nintendo Direct with the $4.99 donation through Super Chat. And he says, the narrative has me heated. If Nintendo is so doomed because they don't have AAA third-party support, why have they exceeded all expectations? Well, first of all, I hate that term. So let's just say some bigger games. And like I said before, it depends on what your opinion is. Valkyria Chronicles 4, is that AAA? I don't know how much that costs to make. It looks like a pretty big game. It has a pretty cool premise to it. Looks like a big game to me. All right, AAA, right? Some people say, no, that's not AAA. It doesn't look like freaking Cyberpunk 2077 or something like that. Dragon Ball FighterZ, is that AAA? Dude, I don't know. I don't know how much it costs to develop. Is it? Maybe it is. Maybe it's a bigger game. It sold a lot. Who knows? So yeah, I don't like that term. I'm not a big fan of the term of it. But yeah, let me just go into this part here. Would it be awesome if Switch got more bigger third-party games? Yes, but it's not going to. Switch isn't the same as PS4 and Xbox One. It's not going to get every single bigger third-party game because there's a lot of architecture things that you have to do. There's a lot of different stuff that you have to change up. It's not the same as the Super Nintendo, which was creme de la creme, was the top of the top with the power and the architecture and what developers wanted at the time. Switch is not that system that most developers are going to say, oh yeah, we're going to make our game for Switch. They're going to say, oh, we're going to make our game for PC, and then we're just going to say PS4 and Xbox One because those are x86 systems. This comparison is ridiculous. This comparison is absolutely a ridiculous comparison and quite possibly one of the worst comparisons or metaphors or analogies or whatever you want to put towards it, whatever definition that is. This is one of the worst ones that I've ever seen, and I invite anybody, heck, if ever Dave wants to come in and kind of explain more what he was trying to say here, because I'm pretty sure that there's only a certain amount of numbers, obviously characters that you can put in a tweet, so I'm pretty sure there's more to explain about this, but what I see here is absolutely ridiculous, and I don't want anybody thinking, or at least I'm just going to say myself, this is a ridiculous thought process. Like the fact, that's a ridiculous thought process. And like I said, I do, and the thing about it is it's tough for me because I hear stuff about games and about stuff that's coming, that's going to be revealed, this year, that's going to be revealed early next year, that I can't talk about. And it sucks. It sucks because I want to say, dude, shut up. Like, here, dude, this is what's coming. And this is what's coming. And this is what's coming. Like, there's going to be games, but it's not going to be like PS4 and Xbox One. That's what I feel like saying, but I can't. I can't say that because obviously they give away sources and things like that. So it's a little bit tough for me because I see some of the stuff that's coming. I see some of the big announcements. I'm like, oh, wow. Like Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I knew about that before a lot of people knew about that. A lot of people were calling me a liar. A lot of people were saying, oh, Jay, you're stupid. That's not going to happen. But I knew about Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle for a long time that I knew that game was real because everyone was trying to say it was fake. Like, and I knew that was going to be part of the Nintendo Switch lineup when other people didn't. And people were saying, oh, well, Switch's lineup, it doesn't have blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, there's going to be some stuff, So that's the thing, man. That's the thing. And remember, people didn't think Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle was real all the way up until, like, right before E3, dude. Like, right before E3 or so, that's when people actually found out that it was real from some reports and stuff like that. So it wasn't like even after the Switch launched, people thought that the game was real. People were still calling me liar and stuff, when the Switch launched. So yeah, man. Shout outs to Joey V. He said, bruh, your blood pressure, man. LOL. No, my blood pressure is actually really good. I'm just ranting here, guys. I'm just ranting. Shout outs to Joey V with he's got a makeshift Toby blaster. A makeshift Toby blaster. Let's go. And he says, with another $5 donation, he says, bruh, you already see me and my girl have every single North American Switch game released. We've shown you. We absolutely put our money on the table. We love the Switch hands down. Yeah, man. I mean, I think that there's difference between, like I said, people talking about certain stuff and the people actually showing the support. You know, I'm looking at it from my point of view. I'm looking at it like this. Absolutely. Like, I see where some people are saying, okay, yeah, there can be a little bit more. But the issue is this, like, complaining about X game or Y, complaining about it on Twitter or complaining about it isn't going to get you said game. Complaining about indies, using indies as a driving point to complain about not getting bigger games that you're clearly ignoring, because a lot of people are doing that you're clearly ignoring Valkyria Chronicles, you're clearly ignoring, like Attack on Titan, you're clearly ignoring Knights of Azure, you're clearly ignoring all these different games that people are ignoring to push their narrative. Like, that's not going to get you, like, freaking Red Dead Redemption 2. Like, it's not like Rockstar's gonna be like, oh, look at these people crying. Look at these people complaining about indie games. Let's save the day with Red Dead Redemption 2. That's not gonna get you that. It's not gonna make indie games disappear on the Switch. All it's gonna do is make Nintendo, if it does anything, which I don't think it will, because Nintendo doesn't give a damn whether you guys complain about indie games or not, because why should Nintendo restrict indie games? People used to bash Nintendo over their indie game practices. People are so hypocritical. Back in the day on the Wii, people used to bash Nintendo for their indie game purposes and self-publishing. People used to hate on them so much. Oh, why can't they? Nintendo makes it hard for the small indies to make games. Now Nintendo makes it a lot easier, and indie developers can release the games. Oh, now there's too many indie games. Now there's a problem, like. So Nintendo's damned if they do, and damned if they don't, damned if they do. Because no, really, that was the narrative back in the Wii days. Nintendo's holding the little man down. They need an office space. What? I can't work out of my house. People were hating on Nintendo about that. Now it's the other way around. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, it's really funny. But even if GTA 5 happens, GTA 5 is still a 5-year-old port. People will still bring up something to complain about. It's still a 5-year-old port. That's the thing. Heck, even if you're looking at it from PS4 and Xbox One, it's still a what is it? A 3-year-old port. So, you didn't call me a liar. Thanks, man. Thanks. But thank you, Joey V. Top Ninja for the day. Definitely Top Ninja for the day with $20. Thank you so much, Joey V. I appreciate the donations, homie. Really do. So yeah, man, that's just my thought process on it. Obviously, I've been ranting for a while. I'm sorry for that, guys. I'm sorry for that. Sorry if it came off wrong. So I'll get into comments, questions that you guys have on this topic. Your comments, just tag me at Player Essence. At Player Essence, I'll be more than happy to answer what you guys have to say. And I don't really care who it is. Just tag me at Player Essence, and I'll be more than happy to answer or read off what you guys have to say. But before we do that, guys, we got 250 people plus watching. Let's see if we can get some more likes, guys. We're only at 96 likes. Let's see if we can get some more likes on this piece. So you guys go ahead and hit that like button. Let me see here. Let's see. Ariel Lazarus says, I wouldn't care about Red Dead Redemption 2 even if it was on the Switch. I'm really looking forward to Starlink, though. Yeah, Starlink is another game that I didn't even mention. That's not an indie game. That's a bigger game as well. So Starlink Battle for Atlas. We also got 2 South Park games. South Park Stick of Truth is coming as well, too. So let's see. Player says, people will never be satisfied. That's fine if, Jamian, that's fine if people are never satisfied. The thing that I don't like is twisting this narrative. Like, sitting there with this narrative and try to compare the Switch and how Nintendo's position is in the market to the Super Nintendo. That's the dumbest thing that I've ever heard of. Like, Nintendo just got done saving the industry. If Nintendo saved the industry with the Wii U, I can guarantee you that every single third-party game would be on the Switch right now. If the Wii U somehow saved the industry, because that's the comparison he's making here, He's making a lot of weird comparisons, but that's the comparison he's making. If the Wii U saved the industry, I can guarantee you whatever follow-up Nintendo had, whatever follow-up they decided to do after the Wii U, and it sold, if the Wii U sold 60 million units and saved the industry because the industry was in trouble like the NES going to the Super Nintendo, I guarantee you whatever system Nintendo had, it would have got the majority of third-party games. I guarantee you that would have been the case. It's a ridiculous comparison. The most ridiculous comparison that I've seen. I'm dumbfounded at that comparison. I really am. Starlink, the better version of Starlink is the Switch version. Well, because it has Star Fox stuff. Markel Hawthorne says, players, if there's one thing Dave's good at, it's being wrong all the time. I wouldn't even say that, man. I mean, I think he has some good. I think Dave has some good theories. I don't mind doing podcasts with Dave if he's on the Spawncast or whatever. I don't mind doing podcasts with him and all that stuff. Like I said, I don't have a problem. But I just disagree with some things. That's really all it is I disagree with some things. I'm a YouTube content creator, so I'm going to do stuff that's going to create you guys coming here, and talking about this comment that he made is definitely going to make you guys come here and talk about it. So that's really what it all boils down to. It's nothing more, nothing less than that. I'm a content creator. There was something that was really dumb that was said that I feel that was really dumb that, made a lot of weird comparisons that I felt that I can create content on and have some good counterpoints, and I made it. That's all it is. No hate or anything, no shots or anything like that. I want to make sure that I say that multiple times because I don't want people out here saying that I'm trying to personally attack people and all this stuff. No, like I said, it's just content for you guys because I know a lot of you guys saw it too. So that's really all it is. Let's see here. Triforce J says it's like people forget the previously announced games when a new direct happens or something. People forget a lot of stuff. Epic Steve says, since I feel like even if Switch was getting all the third-party games, people would just talk about how the games aren't this and that. Well, yeah, that's kind of what happened like when Doom came out. They just complained about frame rate and resolution, and stuff like that. So if it's not one thing, it's another thing. Shout outs to The Wolf with the subscription. Thank you so much, The Wolf. Welcome to the village. Everybody in the chat, if you've got those emotes, please spam it for my boy, The Wolf. Yeah, you can play Starlink without the toys. Yes, Snowman. Boy Z says, people say Switch needs Netflix, yet it has Hulu and upcoming comic service. Netflix is a lot more popular than Hulu, and Hulu and Netflix are different types. Hulu's more for like TV shows, although it has some movies. Netflix is more movies and stuff, but also has TV shows. But Netflix is just more popular, so people just want Netflix. Does it need it? No, it's a video game system. Would it be nice with it? Absolutely. Wii U had Netflix and all that crap, and people crapped all over the Wii U all day. So I'm not convinced that that Switch needs Netflix and needs a bunch of media apps. Well, Wii U had all that, and the system still sucks. So yeah. J2 Blue says, player, since I honestly think people forget Nintendo can't just pump out games left and right, and indies help out fill out the gaps between Nintendo and third-party releases. Well, the thing about it is that there hasn't even really been a lot of gaps, even with bigger games being released. Like I said, in June, we just got Mario Tennis, we just got Ys 8, we just got Crash Bandicoot, and we got Wolf 2, all in that month. The next month in July, we got Octopath Traveler, and we got Shining Resonance. And then this month we got Monster Hunter, we're getting Blade Strangers. So, I mean, it's not like there hasn't been like bigger games coming out as well, or not just indie games coming out. So even every single month there's been games to play. Heck, there's been a ton of different games to play, but yes, they do help fill some gaps. But I mean, it's not like we haven't gotten anything bigger, or anything like that. It's not like that at all. And then next month we're getting really big games like with Dragon Ball Fighters, and also The World Ends With You, or sorry, not The World Ends With You. That's coming out in October, but Japan is getting The World Ends With You, and then we're also getting Valkyria Chronicles 4. So it's not like there hasn't been big game releases, at least 2 big game releases every single month, pretty much for the whole summer, So that's the issue that I have, is that a lot of these people are just ignoring this. 400. How about this? Joey V says, bro, if we hit 400 likes today, let me sponsor an Octopath giveaway tonight. How about this, guys? We get 400 likes and Merch Boys. We get Merch Boys goal and 400 likes. Octopath giveaway tonight, sponsored from Joey V. How about that? Digital. Although 400 likes would be extremely hard because we only have 200 and something people watching. So that'd be very hard for us to get 400 likes. We have to get these bot accounts on here, dude. We get some bot people bringing their bot accounts on here and all that. But don't do that. Don't do that. Shout outs to Joey V though. Thank you for the $5 donation though, homie. Really do appreciate that. Let's see here. Are you going to do a stream with Review Tech and Super Metal Dave? Big Tasty says, if they want me to do a stream, absolutely. I'd be more than happy to have Super Metal Dave or Review Tech on the channel. I'd be more than happy to have them on. July also had Captain Toad. Exactly. July had Captain Toad as well. So there you go. Let's see here. I think Dave was talking about Wii U ports when bringing up NES ports. Sony and MS had a lot of ports from the last gen in the first couple years. Actually, to be honest, dude, that's just a weird narrative, though. That's like I said, if he was bringing up Wii U ports, that's just, like I said, that's just a weird narrative to even bring up because the Super Nintendo had a bunch of games that were repurposed or a bunch of games that were put out on one system then brought over. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of games that were ported over to the from other systems to the Super Nintendo as well. So at that time, it was really weird to do that. But at the same time, it's not like there wasn't a bunch of new games as well. And that's been the standard to remaster games for like the PS4 and the Xbox One has been the standard to remaster games as well. So it's not just like, I don't know why that's still a silly comparison. Remastering has been something that Nintendo's been doing. Even if you look at the Super Nintendo, what was Super Mario All-Stars? Super Mario All-Stars was a remaster of NES games. That's what, Super Nintendo had a Super Mario World, but they still remastered a bunch of NES games in Super Mario All-Stars. So, I mean, it's not like Nintendo didn't even remaster stuff back then. Other developers brought over NES games and gave them Super Nintendo facelifts and stuff like that. They just weren't as prominent. But that's even a silly comparison to bring over when Nintendo themselves did that. If Nintendo themselves brought over NES games, you know, like with the Super Mario collection. So, I mean, like, in my opinion, that's silly. That's still just it's still a silly comparison to do just because one, all systems are doing that, okay, and two, nobody bought the freaking Wii U. The NES sold 60 million. Notice how Nintendo didn't remaster or port a lot of Wii games. There was just backwards compatibility, remember? Because backwards compatibility was a thing, so they didn't remaster a lot of them. If backwards compatibility was a thing on the Switch, I highly doubt that we would get a lot of games being brought over from the Wii U. But backwards compatibility is not a thing on the Switch, and nobody bought the Wii U. So even if he was using that as an example, or that as a base, you're comparing a system that sold 60 million to a system that sold 12 million or 13 million. Can you not see how that's not no matter what way you slice it or you cut it, that is a silly comparison. It doesn't matter what way you cut it. It's a dumb comparison. Wii U is not in the same position that Nintendo was in. Nintendo is not in the same position that they were in back in the day. Nobody should ever really bring up back in the day in Nintendo's position. They have all new staff. They have all new president. They have all new thought process. Nintendo's mindset was not the same. The industry was not the same. Microsoft wasn't even around with gaming for consoles. So why even bring that up? It's not a one-to-one comparison. That's my issue. I think we had somebody pledge on Patreon as well. So let me get that Patreon pledge going. And we're going to be playing more games, guys, on Patreon. So shout outs to the Patreon pledge. Let me just get the notification right here. Shout outs to Andre. Andre Wine with the $5 pledge via Patreon. Thank you so much, Andre. I appreciate the pledge, guys. I'm really feeling that pledge. Thank you, man. I'll get you a link to the Discord in a bit. Let's see here. Big Tasty says, how would you feel about Switch getting some of the bigger Xbox 360 and PS3 games, seen as some of those seem easier to port? Yeah, well, it's already getting some of those, right? It's already getting some, like, it's got like LA Noire. It's going to get some other games. It got like Resident Evil Revelations, which was originally on the 3DS, but it went over to like the 3DS, PS3 and all. 3DS. Yeah, it was on the 3DS, then PS3, Xbox 360. So it's going to get stuff like that. Capcom's going to bring over I think Capcom's going to bring over like some of their 360 and PS3 games. I think Square Enix is going to bring over some of their PS3 and 360 games over to the Switch as well. I think there's a lot of developers that are gonna bring over PS3 and 360 stuff. So yeah. Players, the point I was making is that porting games from previous gen is nothing new. Yeah, yeah, I get that. It's nothing new. Exactly, it's nothing new. It's nothing new that we haven't seen before. Absolutely, I agree there. Let's see here. Market Hawthorne says, players, since Nintendo has dominated the handheld market for almost 30 years, the Switch is still part of that market. I predict the Switch will reach those numbers by the end of its life. Yeah, and that's probably Markel. Thank you for bringing that up. That's probably like the last thing that I want to end on is that with this whole thing is that Nintendo Switch is not just the home console like the Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo, you couldn't take that around. The Nintendo Switch is also part of the handheld market because there are people that are literally buying the Switch as just a portable device. Yes, there are people. Don't sit here and tell me that there aren't, because there are. In Japan, you can buy it without a dock. You can buy it as just a straight portable. Heck, there are people who have sold their dock in the West. They don't play it on their TV. Some people don't even have a TV to play it on. Okay? So it's part of that market. So that's another reason why this is silly. Long-lasting, big, major third-party support is not imperative to a portable success at all. It's not imperative to a portable success. And the Nintendo Switch is a hybrid. So it's getting the games that was imperative to this system's success. That's where you should be comparing it to. What did this system get? This system was successful. Why was this system successful? Because it didn't get all the major third-party games. Switch can be played just like this system. You can open it up on its own battery and you can play the games on there. You don't need any type of wires or cords plugging into it. It can be a completely portable system if you want it to be. The bigger thing should be, what did this system get? How can Nintendo emulate this? Because if the Switch sells 70-something million, that's a success. If the Switch sells as much as the 3DS, that's a success. So I think that should be the bigger question here, the comparison. What did the 3DS get? And how can Nintendo emulate that success? Because the 3DS sold more than the Super Nintendo. The 3DS sold more than the NES. The 3DS sold more than the N64. The 3DS sold more than the GameCube. The 3DS sold more than the Wii U. The only home console that the 3DS didn't sell more than was the Wii. But this system has outsold all of those systems that had all the major support. And this system didn't have it. So is there a reason why these people are ignoring this system to push their narrative? Okay? Because this system outsold every single one of Nintendo's systems that had major third-party support. Yeah, the system that had Mega Man X, the system that had Castlevania, the system that had Chrono Trigger, the system that had all of those games. Yeah, this system outsold that. Yeah, the NES, the system that freaking saved the industry, this little system outsold it. And outsold it quite comfortably. Okay? So, I don't want to hear this stuff like, oh, well, it's imperative. No, it's not. If that's the case, then this system would have never been successful because Nintendo's also part of this too. They're a home console and they're also a portable. It's going to get games, home console games. It's not going to get everything because it's not a freaking x86 system, but it's going to get a lot of stuff that this system got. Heck, we're seeing 3DS and DS ports come over to the Nintendo Switch too. Snack World Jars. We're seeing Professor Layton. We're seeing Inazuma 11, which was a DS/3DS franchise, come over to the Nintendo Switch. We're seeing a lot of stuff from there, you know. Yokai Watch, that was a 3DS franchise. That's coming over to the Nintendo Switch. So I think I'm looking at the games like Fire Emblem Awakening or the Fire Emblem franchise. I'm looking at stuff like Pokemon. I'm looking at stuff like Smash Brothers, which was bigger on the 3DS than it was on the Wii U. I'm looking at all these games that made the 3DS successful, and I'm like, oh, all the games that are made the 3DS successful are coming to Switch. Oh, no wonder why the Switch is doing so well. It has big first-party games. It has games that were coming over from the 3DS. It has a bunch of indie games, and it has some games that that the Wii U and the 3DS never got, like Doom and like Wolfenstein, you know, and like Ys 8, and it has stuff like that, you know. So that's my thought process. I'm just spitting facts. It's just facts here. This isn't just about opinion. This is facts. I'm sorry. It's facts. Facts, I tell you. Facts, I tell you. Let's see here. The Game Boy outsold the NES. Yeah, all of Nintendo's main portable systems pretty much outsold all of Nintendo's main systems outside of the Wii. The Game Boy outsold the Wii. The Game Boys outsold the DS outsold the Wii. And that's it from Nintendo's portables. But outside of that, Nintendo's handheld lines have always outsold Nintendo's home consoles easily. The Wii's the only one, because 60 million that's Nintendo's best-selling traditional home console. Outside of the Wii, the best-selling Nintendo system of all time, home console, is the NES. The NES at 60 million. Which, when you look at it, you're like, dang, 60 million? Like, Sony destroyed that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sony's destroyed that multiple times. Heck, Microsoft even sold... The Xbox 360 even sold more than the NES. You know what I'm saying? So, and the Super Nintendo sold what, 49 million, 50 million? So those systems with all that third-party support got beat by this system. Anyway, when do you think the PO? What is the PO? The next Gunvolt is a Switch exclusive. Yeah, the next Gunvolt is, but that's technically an indie game. Smash was not bigger on the 3DS, only by sales, possibly not by the quality of the game. Smash was bigger in sales. That's what I'm talking about. Sales. I wouldn't be talking about anything else. Duh. I can see that Smash on the Wii U. You know how many hours I've put into Smash on the Wii U VCIPZ? You don't have to sit there and tell me that Smash was bigger on the Wii U than it was on the 3DS in terms of game quality and content. You don't have to tell me that, okay? And you know what? The sky is also sometimes blue as well. I mean, yes, I know that. I have Smash Brothers on the 3DS and I have Smash Brothers on the Wii U, and I put like almost 2,000 hours into Smash Brothers on the Wii U. Total with the 3DS and the Wii U, I've put like well over 2,000 hours, probably like 2,500 hours into the games. I know. Big Tasty says, player says, do you think Nintendo will remove Pokemon from the Switch when the 3DS successor is made? There is no 3DS successor, and no, that's not going to happen. What you just said is ridiculous. That's a ridiculous thought notion. Almost as ridiculous as what Dave said. No, they're not going to remove it from the Switch. How would they remove it? What do you mean by that? And no, they're not going to make a 3DS successor. That's not fact. You're speaking in facts, and you shouldn't. When there is no 3DS successor. Switch is the 3DS successor. DS, yeah, that's what I said, KG. I said DS and the Game Boy. Those are the two handheld systems that outsold the Wii, that have outsold all of Nintendo's home consoles. I said that, the DS and the Game Boy. Those are the two ones. Turning on the crowded. What do you mean turning on the crowded? I'm not turning on the crowd at all. You guys are saying some things, and I'm saying that's if you say something that is ridiculous, then I will say that's a ridiculous notion. You're saying, oh, when the 3DS successor is released, there is no 3DS successor. How is that? Because I'm correcting an incorrect statement. That's not turning on anybody, D-Dub. No need to get like. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about when people take things. If I correct you, people get mad when they get corrected and they say, oh, well, you're turning on me or you're defensive. No, you just got corrected. There's no 3DS successor. Nintendo's not going to remove Pokemon from the Switch. That's not a real. That's not real. That's not a real theory or anything. There's nothing to back up what that person says. So if somebody says something that's ridiculous, I will point it out as a ridiculous statement. I'm pretty sure the person that said that knows that, no, there is no real 3DS successor. There's not a 3DS successor. Okay, there's no fact of a 3DS successor. That's not a real thing. That's all I'm saying, dude. You don't need to try to drama. No need to take it up to a notch, dude. Relax. Let's see here. Michael O'Brien says, your argument is depressing me, but it means that Nintendo are effectively leaving the home console market. No, that doesn't mean Nintendo's effectively leaving the home console market. I just said that Nintendo made a hybrid. I just said the Switch is a home console and it's a portable. And it's going to get games that are from home consoles, and it's going to get games that are from the portable systems generally. How is that effectively leaving the home console market? Where did I say that? I just said that it's going to get home console games. It's going to get some really cool games. It's going to get games that only show up on other home consoles. But it's also going to get portable games too. It's a hybrid. That's what it is. That's what I said. Where did I say it's effectively leaving the home console market? When did I say that? Miragawa Link donated $5 and says, have gamers become more toxic? No, the internet's just here now. There's drama almost every day. People complaining about too many games. What's your opinion about how this hobby was about fun and not about fun? What happened? I think people just like to complain, like I said. Most people just enjoy their games, but I think it's more of a vocal minority than anything else, dude. Do I think the Switch will outsell the Wii? I think the whole library of Switches, so like Switch 2, Switch 3, whatever you want to call it, the whole family of Switches will outsell the Wii, yeah. Is Streamlabs working? Yes, it's working. Sorry. Your $5 donation. Thank you for the $5 donation, Miragawa Link. I appreciate that. It was just I was in the middle of a rant. No, I'm saying that you made it Big Tasty. Your statement was like when the 3DS successor is released, as if there is a 3DS successor. There is no 3DS successor. You know what I'm saying? So you were making it seem as if that's a foregone conclusion. No, there is no 3DS successor at this point. There is no 3DS successor, and you were making it seem as if there is going to be one. That there is like solid information that there is going to be one. But no, actually, we have solid information that the Switch is going to be the main system that Nintendo's going to have, and there isn't going to be a 3DS successor. All Nintendo said is that, oh, we're looking into things, but everything that they've said from Nvidia, Nintendo's not going to make two handheld platforms that both do the same thing, like that one's dual screen. Nintendo's not going to do that. I can guarantee you that's not going to happen. All the things that we've seen from the future, all the rumors, all the stuff that that I've been digging into shows that Nintendo's going to really push the Switch. The Switch is their thing, and they're going to ride this 3DS system till it literally drops dead or fades into oblivion. They're going to ride this thing right into the sunset. They're going to go past the sunset, circle around, and keep riding till the 3DS literally fades, until I don't feel so good, till it literally disintegrates in your hands. That's how old it is. They are going to ride the 3DS out as long as they can, and the Switch is going to be their main system. There will be no normal traditional 3DS successor. That's not going to happen. Based on what Nintendo's saying. Obviously, the 4DS is coming out. Nintendo made a hybrid because it's difficult for them to support two devices at the same time. Sock on 10, very good point. Nintendo made a hybrid because it's difficult for them to support two systems at the same time. Everybody on the Wii U and 3DS complained, why is this game coming to Nintendo 3DS, but it's not coming to Wii U? And then when the game came to Wii U, why is this game coming to Wii U and it's not coming to Nintendo 3DS? So Nintendo said, all right, shut up. We'll just make a system where it's like 3DS and the Wii U. You can play your games any way that you want. Then you can also play them on TV. Are you guys happy? Then most people said, "Oh yeah, I'm happy now." That's pretty much what happened. Don't forget me, says Mob 8994. No, he says, don't forget about games like NBA 2K19 and FIFA 19. Games like those make the Switch appealing to the mass market, unlike Wii U didn't get them. Well, Wii U actually got NBA 2K13, and Wii U got FIFA. Wii U also got FIFA. Wii U got Assassin's Creed. Wii U got a lot of different stuff. But if you mean like continued support of that, yeah, you're right. It didn't get continued support of it. It only got 1 year, then it was dead, right? Yo, shout outs to the brand new sponsor. Let's go. Andre Wine. Yo, hitting us with the Patreon pledge and the sponsor. That is 110 out of 110. Let's go. Thank you so much, Andre. You guys, go ahead and give some give a nice freaking infinite Tsukiyomi to my boy, Andre. Let's go. Epic Steve says, I like your impersonations. Thank you, Epic Steve. I like you being around. Hitting us with that Sharingan. Hitting us with that infinite Tsukiyomi. Let's go. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. You guys give some emotes. If you got those emotes, heck yeah. Spam it for my boy. Let's see here. Sponsor hype. Okay, I'll have a new emote for you guys up on the channel probably later tonight or tomorrow. Guys, hit that like button. We got 270 people watching. We're having good retention time for this. Hit that like button. Let's see if we can get to 200 likes here. Let's go. Hit that like button. If you do enjoy the content, hit that like button. Let's keep it going, guys. Let's keep it going. Yo, Twitch boys in the house, though. Let's go. 6 people on Twitch. I'll take it. That's better than 1. 10 out of 110 out of 110. Let's go. Sponsor hype. Woo, new emote incoming. I was trying to figure out how to change to 110. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time and then it'll automatically change. Don't forget the donation. What donation are you talking about? What donation? Did I miss a donation? I missed a donation. No, I didn't miss a donation. I did not miss a donation. Miragawa Link. I read off Miragawa Links. I did not miss any. I don't think I missed a donation. The last one I had was Miragawa Link, and then Andre became a sponsor. Let's see here. Black Chinaman, Christ's son, which is a fantastic name, by the way. Player, since I agree with you about 3DS, from a business standpoint, retiring the 3DS would be crazy because they're still making tons of it. They're going to ride the 3DS forever. Yo! What? We got like sponsored crazy now, dude? Let's go! Shout outs to you guys. Can we get back to our old? That's the thing. The problem is that I need to play more games with you guys. That's the problem. I need to stream more. But guys, I promise you, I'm taking care of the court stuff. The reason why I haven't been playing as much live streaming is because of court stuff. But guys, now that We took care of it, you know, in terms of like, you know, my representation, and I don't have to do all the paperwork and I don't have to do everything. I'm going to have more time to play with you guys. So if you want to hit that, oh man, I'm going to have more time to play video games with you guys. So, if you guys want to sponsor, it's like Twitch. So if you want to sponsor, you can do so. It gets you into our, PE Ultimate, which we will be playing more games. And when Super Smash Bros. Ultimate comes out, we'll be playing a lot of stuff. And I'm going to start playing Smash Bros. Against you guys more. Shout out to Zachary Thompson. Welcome back to the village. Hit us with that Sharingan. Hit us with that Mankiku. The infinite Tsukiyomi will consume you all. Let's go. Thank you so much, Zachary. You guys give some love. Give some Mankiku Sharingans if you got those emotes. Of course, Andre, Zachary, you guys want those emotes? You guys have access to those now at this point. So shout outs. Sponsor hype. Not reading my Snowy Day says player since not reading my comment. Bruh, you spamming a lot of comments. I read that comment. But you know, last time you were here, man, I gave you an internal timeout. So I didn't time you out on here, but I internally in my brain timed you out, because last time, bro, you were peppering me with so many questions. You were DMing me things, man. I had to time you out in my brain. Okay, so you're off of timeout now. I'll read some of your questions, but you were timed out for the first hour of this stream. I timed you out in my brain, man. Is Blade Strangers any good? From what I understand, it's okay. It's not like the greatest, but it's good. OJ, play with me. That sounded do wrong, OJ. That sounded wrong. Yeah, I know it sounded wrong. That's why I laughed. What's up, Scarlett? How's it going? Prepare for trouble and make it double. Let's see here. Zachary Thompson says, figured I'd join here, be part of the Patreon. I still need the Discord. Let me know, dude. Let me know. Hit me up on Patreon, dude, and I will send you I thought I already sent you the Discord. If you're on Patreon, I already sent it to you. Anyway, let me know on Patreon. I'll send you the Discord, dude, or I'll have a post up. Mike Whitaker says, player since already hit that like, even if it was a low point. Wii U was the first system I went hog wild on. The games have on the system might be more than 100, maybe 2. Yo, that's shout outs, dude. The Wii U did have a lot of games though. It did have a lot of cool games on it. It just didn't do well. I just didn't have enough. Yo, Scarlett, what's up, Scarlett? How's it going? Shout out to Elite Ninja Scarlett. Where you at in your sponsor status, Scarlett? You're at what, 8 months? 4 months. Okay, shout out to 4 months. Scarlett, you'll be getting a new badge by your name in 2 months. You'll be getting a new badge by your name in 2 months. You too, Sumburo Mario. Shout outs to Sumburo Mario. You'll be getting a new badge in 2 months as well. So shout outs. What's up, Stone Cold? What's up, man? How's it going? Right now we're asking questions based on this whole Nintendo, my rant that I did on Nintendo Switch not needing all major third-party games for lasting success. Not that I'm saying that I don't want that, but guys, here's the thing. Your boy is a realist. You know, your boy's a realist. I have an Xbox One X, okay? I've got a gaming PC. I've got a PS4. I'm a realist, and I know that every game is just not going to come to Switch, and me complaining about it on Twitter or me getting mad or me making tweets isn't going to make the Switch turn into PS4 and Xbox One. Let's just talk about the cold reality here, guys. Let me give you guys some truth serum, okay? Switch is not going to get all of the major games that PS4 and Xbox One gets. Switch is not going to get these games because Nintendo has decided to make a system architecture-wise, that is not identical to x86, PC, and PlayStation 4. Nintendo's decision to make a hybrid will limit some of the games that they do get. Some developers will work through it. Some developers will hand it off to a port station or a port company. Shout outs to Scarlett with the $5 donation to get their games ported over. Some developers will opt not to. Japanese developers are more likely to support the Switch. Western developers, not as much because of the type of games that they make. This is the facts. This is real. Going on Twitter and complaining about it, bringing up the Super Nintendo as if that does anything, complaining and making and ranting is not going to get you what you want. I guarantee you, not a single tear will be shed at EA or from EA's offices for not supporting the Switch with Battlefield, or not supporting the Switch with Mirror's Edge, or with whatever games that they make. Not a single tear will be shed, from Zelnick, or Strauss Zelnick, the CEO, as he pulls out his wallet and wipes. He's not going to be wiping away tears that not support all the salty Switch fans' tears or people that are complaining and trying to rally for. Not a single tear will be shed at any of these Western studios this year, next year, or any other game that doesn't come out to Switch. Not a single tear. They won't regret a single bit. This is fact. I'm telling you guys the truth because I've talked to some of these developers. They don't care. They don't care about you. If you're a hardcore Switch fan, if you're someone that's out there that's looking for Switch, games, and you don't understand why they don't, Take-Two doesn't care, but Rockstar doesn't care about you. They've never cared about you. And don't give me, they brought LA Noire. So what, they brought LA Noire? Does that mean they care about you? No. If they cared about you and if they cared about the Switch, then they would just bring their games over. But they don't care about you. They don't care about the Switch like they care about PS4 and Xbox One. They don't. And they're not going to until Nintendo makes an x86 system and does everything that Microsoft and Sony does. They're not going to care about you. Complaining online is not going to do anything for you. You're not going to get what you want. You're not going to get what you want. So you can complain, you can be upset, you can make weird comparisons, but you're not going to get what you want. I guarantee you. Red Dead isn't going to come to the Switch because people are mad or angry. A lot of these bigger games aren't going to come to the Switch because people are complaining. They're just not. When a developer feels like doing something, they'll do it. What did the Diablo 3 developers say? Oh, well, we play the Switch a lot. We felt like doing Diablo. We thought it'd be cool to come to the Switch. Dude, the developers said that. And they brought it to Nintendo, and Nintendo said, well, what were you waiting for? Why do you... They wanted to do it. The only way the Switch is going to get stuff is when they feel like doing it. If they feel like doing it, then they'll do it. And then they farmed that out to a port studio. They farmed that out to Iron Galaxy. So they didn't even do it themselves. They took the initiative to say, hey, we're going to fund it. But Iron Galaxy made the game. They didn't port it themselves. Iron Galaxy made the game. Crash Bandicoot, the only reason Crash Bandicoot came to the Switch is because one developer liked the Switch and experimented with some levels and said, hey, looks like Crash Bandicoot can run on Switch. And that's the only reason why it's on Switch. Activision didn't say, hey, you know what? We want to make sure that we support the Switch. Let's get games out on there. Hey, you guys, make Crash Bandicoot on the Switch. They didn't do that. It was a single developer, one guy. If that guy didn't do that, there'd be no Crash Bandicoot on Switch. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to Nintendo. Like, this is what I'm talking about, dude. People out here acting like these developers give, like these publishing developers give a damn about what you say. They don't. They honestly don't. They don't care. You can cry all day. Nothing's changing. Nothing's gonna change. People have been crying since last year. Nothing's changed. Nothing's gonna change. Shout out to that one developer. Yeah. Thank you, man. Please, poor Bill, please. Give me Crash Bandicoot. Activision's like, huh? What? You want Crash Bandicoot? Oh, it's available on PlayStation 4. Bye. One developer is like, hey, what's this Switch thing? Huh? Let me take it home. Let me get a dev kit. Huh? Let me put this over here. Let me write a few lines of code. Oh, by golly! Crash Bandicoot runs on Switch. Jiminy Whiskers. Hey, Activision, guess what? Crash Bandicoot runs on Switch. You want to make a version? Yeah, whatever. Yeah, sure, why not? Oh my gosh. No, I disagree. Aiden Quinn, I disagree. No, I don't think the Fighter Z director was the only one that took into account the feedback. You talking about port begging, or you talking about asking for it? No, that's not it. The reason why Fighter Z was always going to come to Nintendo Switch, but the real reason why it was probably fast tracked or whatever the case was is because the Switch sold really well. The president of Bandai Namco said that, and Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 sold really well. Those were the reasons why. If anything, if you're going to blame anything for Fighters, did I say Fighter Z? I just meant Fighters. Dragon Ball Fighters. The reason why that's coming to the Switch is because of the great sales of the system itself. The president of Bandai Namco said that. So it's like, hey man, like we didn't know the Switch was going to sell, you know, as well as it did. Like we're going to start porting over our games. Like he said that before, well before Fighter Z was even rumored or known for the Switch. He said that, when did he say that? He said that in, I think he said that it was last year he said that. It was a while ago he said that. So, or it was earlier this year or last year he said that. Let me double check. Just so I can. Yeah, he said that last year. He said that last year. Bandai Namco president says Nintendo Switch being support being increased. So he said that last year in on November 8th, 2017, and that was at their investors meeting. So before Dragon Ball Fighters was even released on the PS4 and the Xbox One, they already had plans to start porting over a bunch of their crap anyway. So it wasn't even because of the feedback. It wasn't even because of that. It was because the Switch sold. He said he was surprised at the popularity and was like, man, he said it's a shame that we didn't think it was going to do better. I have some donations to go over, so let me make sure I do that. Let's see here. Scarlet Dream says, donated $5 through Super Chat and says, can you play Order of Ecclesia Sparkle, please? It's so groovy. I can definitely play that. We'll get that going. And then Robert Lee, shout out to the Viking Nation. Is that Viking Nation? Or is it not Viking Nation? I'm not sure. $1.99 donation through Super Chat and says, OJ, will Mega Man 11 impress cards games on 3DS? Impress cards games. I don't know what that means, Robert. I'll try to decipher what you mean in just a bit. Let me get Scarlett's music going, because that was 8 minutes ago. Sorry about the wait, Scarlett. Order of Ecclesia. Sparkle. Oh, I never heard of this. Emerald Mist. I gotta turn that down just a bit. Alright, how's the music sound, guys? Okay on your end? Sounds pretty groovy. Sounds groovy. Today's the 15th year anniversary of the Tales of that Symphonia came out. Cool, man. That's awesome. Tales of Symphonia is an awesome game. Sounds good. Funky. Volume's good. All right. Whoa, this jam is crazy. Yeah, so do you guys have any more questions on this topic? We've been going on this topic for a while. I guess we can talk about Xenoblade a little bit. Guys, I just want to let you guys know that I've been playing Xenoblade 2 like crazy, and it's amazing. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is absolutely phenomenal. It's so good. I've just been playing straight through the story and not worrying about like core crystals or anything like that, and it's so good. The story's amazing. The game is awesome. The gameplay is fun. I love Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Can't wait for Torn of the Golden Country. That's really when Torn of the Golden Country comes out, that's when I'm really going to start my live streaming schedule on Player Essence. So we're going to have a lot of single player live streams and a lot of multiplayer live streams as well, and that's really when we're going to really boot up the single player live streams too, because hopefully I'll have my life situated more with things. We might have to do some schedule changes for certain days depending on how things work out, but yeah, absolutely, man, it's gonna be pretty cool. But anyway, if you guys have questions, we're gonna move into a Q&A. So if you have any questions on anything that we've talked about or just random stuff that you want me to talk about, that's fine. Let me know. Thank you, Playtendo X, appreciate that. No shots to Super Metal Dave. Once again, no shots to Super Metal Dave. Sock on 10 says players in Soul Calibur 6 might flop due to it being released Black Ops 4 and Soul Calibur 6, Black Ops 4 and Red Dead 2. So a Switch version is possible so the game could sell more units. Is Soul Calibur 6 coming out? When Soul Calibur 6 is it coming out the same thing? I don't think fighting games don't have the same audience, dude. So I don't think people that go by Black Ops are like, oh well, you know what? It's either Black Ops or Soul Calibur 6. People who play Soul Calibur have been waiting for Soul Calibur, and it'll sell whatever it sells, you know, to its fans. That's not a game that's not like a dude bro or casual type of game that people just randomly go out there and pick up, like, you know, or just like that. So I don't think that's different markets, dude. Let me know. Oh, thank you so much, Velvety. I love you too. My channel is the bee's knees. Thank you so much, Velvety. Hey Gamer says, players, don't forget Yokai Watch 4 in Japan is coming to Nintendo Switch. Actually, I didn't forget that. I talked about Yokai Watch 4, and I talked about the games that made the 3DS successful are coming over to the Nintendo Switch. So that's where the long-term success is going to be, is in the games that came to the 3DS, like Pokemon and like Yokai Watch, and like even with the DS, heck, The World Ends With You. A lot of those games are coming to the Switch. So that's what's making the Switch a success. It's a combination of first-party big games, third-party home console games like Valkyria Chronicles 4, for example, and like Attack on Titan, stuff like that, and also 3DS games or 3DS exclusive franchises or 3DS dominant franchises like Fire Emblem coming over. That's the reason why. That's the reason why Switch is going to be successful. It's not because of major major third-party Western games. That's not what's going to make the Switch a long-term success. I mean, it would be nice if it got it, but to say that it needs that in order to be long-term successful, absolutely not. You're ignoring the 3DS. That's the problem that I have. Shoutouts to Arm with the $1.99 donation to Super Chat. And he says, can you play Valstrax's theme? 70% boys. I don't like the 70% boys. And no, I can't play Valstrax's theme. No, I'm joking. I'll play it. Shoutouts, man. Thank you for the donation, homie. Appreciate that. Andre Wine, a place is not a question. I just hope that they make a YouTube app for the Switch that you can use to upload your videos. I would not want to use a Switch uploader to upload my videos, but I can see why other people who don't have the equipment that I have want to do that. But uploaders for like systems are really bad. I mean, I know people use it, but like the Wii U had that with Super Smash Brothers and Mario Kart 8. And dude, it strips the frame rate, it strips the resolution down. It's just not very good. But yeah, it would be nice if it had it for people that want to use it, but man, it's not very good. I suggest if you want to like upload your videos and stuff to YouTube, like I suggest just investing into like a capture card and some equipment, because it's just going to be so much better. But like the quality is pretty bad with like even like on the PS4 and Xbox One, like you can't do that long. It's 720p, 30 frames per second. It's just not very high quality. But yeah, I see what you're saying though. It would be nice if it had it, just as an option for those who can't afford the equipment and all that. But yeah. Shout outs to Zachary Thompson with the $2 donation. Says, hey OJ, can you play Persona 3 FES into the extended version 2? Thanks for all you do, man. You're great. So is this Village. Thank you so much, Zachary. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate the long-term support. Appreciate the viewership today, guys. If you have a question, feel free to put that in there. Feel free to put that in there. Oh, hold on. We got to read this. Ray Cabana says somebody already tried to look at the response that they got. Oh, look, 3 niche games, 1 port of a game last year and 1 game coming out next year. You guys continue to prove my point. Joey Ferry says, yeah, exactly. Just discrediting. When we brought up Octopath Traveler, when we brought up Wolfenstein 2, we brought up Ys 8, Lacrimosa of Dana, when we brought up Valkyria Chronicles, Doom Eternal, all these different games, somebody says, oh, look, 3 niche games. Niche games? So niche games are now being put into the indie category. You got dudes that are out here. My boy Joey Ferris, gotta call you out on this one. Dude, niche games. What do you mean by niche games? What are those niche? Is Octopath niche? So Octopath isn't a high, now niche is being thrown into there. It's not high quality. Octopath is not high quality. Ys 8 is not high enough quality. Valkyria Chronicles, niche, and 1 game coming out next year. See, this is the type of stuff that people do when you bring up actual games coming to the Switch. You know what I'm saying? They out here trying to act like niche. What is niche? Niche, Octopath Traveler selling 1 million copies. That's niche? Is it? Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know Octopath was that. I didn't know that. And a game from last year. That's still a big game. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. This is the classic case of moving the goalposts. My boy Joey Ferris moving the goalposts. Shout out, you just followed me on Twitter, but you moved the goalposts so hard here. Your boy out here moving the goalposts with 1 finger. Please. It's not even about the quality of the game, about the quality of a big game, because Valkyria Chronicles 4 is clearly not an indie game. You know what I'm saying? Now it's not even about the quality of the game. Now we talking about see, I can't get on board with comments like I can't ride on comments like this. I cannot ride on comments like this. Shout outs to Cabana. Shout outs to Nerdy Cabana for this one. Dude, I cannot ride with comments like this, dude. I'm sorry. Like, look, you can want more games, but don't sit here and try to discredit games and call them niche because it doesn't fit your narrative. Don't sit here and try to downplay how good Valkyria Chronicles 4 is, how good Octopath is, how good Ys 8 is, just because it doesn't fit your narrative. Oh, well, the only thing that are coming to Switch are indies and there's nothing else. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. No. I'm not, like I said, look, your boy's got to eat too. If people want to sit here and respond with silly things to my comments and make silly comments, I'm going to make a video talking about it. Like I said, it's nothing personal, guys. Don't take it to the people that I named actually in this video. Don't take it personally. I like all of you guys. You guys are cool. Y'all follow me. Y'all see my Twitter. You guys watch some of my videos. I get it. But I'm sorry. We're going to make content off this. I'm sorry. Because, like, you guys see me as a live streamer more now than one thing that I've noticed with my videos is that a lot of you guys just see me as a live streamer now. So a lot of you guys just watch my live streams. That's fine. Y'all watch my live streams. Y'all cool with the support. I don't have a problem with that. So if that's how it's gonna be, we're gonna make content about this stuff because this is the type of stuff that you guys want to watch. So it's not, like I said, it's not about being mad or angry or taking shots at people. This is just what we're gonna do. It's just what we're gonna do. Oh my gosh, man! No, I can't believe it. Now we got to talk about this tomorrow. We're gonna talk about that comment tomorrow. Shout outs to Nerdy Cabana. We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about this tomorrow. We're gonna bust some more BS tomorrow. Y'all want me to bust? We're gonna bust some more BS tomorrow. Oh my god. Yeah, no witch hunting, guys. No witch hunting, please. Let me play some music that I owe some people here. Let's see. Valtrex theme. So yeah, if you do hold up. I always get mixed. Whenever I see this, I see Val Venus's theme. One time I accidentally almost played Val Venus's theme when you asked me about this, dude. I was like, what? It was like, this man wants Val Venus? This man wants Val Venus's theme in here? Let me read off some more comments. Silly comment, yeah, pretty silly comment. Valhalla Outcast says, Dragon player, since I watch you live as often as I can, it's not because this is some great rebuttal. You technically picked the most silly comment on the internet to rebuttal. Well, the thing about it is, I'm picking stuff that's coming up on my timeline, though. You know what I'm saying? So I'm picking up stuff that's coming on my timeline. So yeah, that's really what it's about. But you got people agreeing with this. So I mean, obviously, other people don't agree to silly, you know, as we might think it is. So I think there's people that disagree with the silliness of it. You know what I'm saying? We will have I will be live streaming Nintendo's Dragalia Lost thing, so you guys can look forward to that too. Hey OJ, for clarification on the whole downgrade, the community director Insomniac said more to do with the sun being removed, which can affect the lighting. Yeah, I know he was trying to say stuff like that. Oh god, D-Dub. Damn, there hasn't been a player since video I enjoyed a while. I guess everyone is lacking player since content then. Yeah, man. Player since talk about Spider-Man. Yeah, I was talking about Spider-Man. That's what the director said. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, man, I don't really care at this point. It's like, whatever he wants to say, that's cool. Be More Akuma says, you might as well join the hype train for the Goose Game. Choo choo. I'm not joining the hype yet for that, guys. I can't join the hype yet for the Goose Game. Excuse me. I can't join the hype yet for that. I can't. Why does it look so good, guys? Why do you guys like the Goose Game so much? Let me know why you guys like the Goose Game so much. And hit that like button too as well. Let's see if we can we get to 230 likes? Big Tasty says, player, since are you going to make a video about the Switch 6.0 update rumor? Yeah, I'll make a video about it. Alright, player, since that's what you call BS regarding the Spider-Man director. Yeah, that's why I said, you know what, whatever. I'm not gonna sit here and go back and forth with the Spider-Man director. Not that he's been talking to me directly. I'm just saying I'm not gonna go back and forth. I'm just like, whatever, man. Whatever he wants to say, dude, that's cool. Whatever. If that's what he thinks, it's his game. Whatever, man. Player, since where this Spider-Man downgrade come from? The actual screenshots people provided from the game? T-Dude says, player, since just because Octopath Traveler had shipped or sold 1 million worldwide doesn't mean it's niche. Keep spreading the truth. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly, T-Dude. That's a 100% factual comment. How is Octopath niche? I mean, what makes Octopath niche to where he brings that up? What makes it niche? Because I guarantee you, if Doom Eternal sells 1 million, he'd be like, oh, wow! Oh, Doom Eternal sold 1 million on the Switch! You know what I'm saying? So what makes Octopath niche? I don't get that stupid thought process. That's a dumb thought process in my opinion. Not him, not he's dumb, but that thought process. Oh, look at these niche games because it's not freaking Western, oh, first-person shooter graphics games. You know, that's dumb. What with the Spider-Man DLC backlash? I mean, that's just how it is, guys. I mean, Resident Evil did the same thing. Yeah, there's gonna be DLC like quick afterwards. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Exactly. It's niche because it doesn't fit his narrative. Exactly. Let's see here. My AVI is a goose named Moy. Okay. What are my thoughts on Nintendo Switch 6.0? Can anybody give me the details? I haven't read too much into it. I just saw the rumors of Switch 6.0, but I don't know about any features or anything. I wasn't able to watch Spawnwave's video because I had to do the live stream. So I don't know any of the actual features or anything that 6.0 is going to have, or even if it's real, it's a rumor. So I don't know. Can you guys tell me like what it's like? What's rumored for it to be in there? You know what it's rumored to have. Let me play some new music here, guys. I've got, actually, no, there is no more. Oh, actually, yeah, Persona 3. Persona 3. Intro extended. I'm not gonna play a full extended theme. I can't play a full extended. I can play the opening. But I can't play it extended now because it's gonna go too long. I think he's saying niches in JRPGs, but that's a stupid thought. Well, no, I don't think he's saying niches in JRPGs because I don't think he'd say the same thing about Dragon Quest 11. You know, at least I don't think he would. Player since which quarter do you think Animal Crossing releases? I think it releases summer next year, so second quarter. Nintendo Mobile Direct in an hour. Yeah, 8:30 my time, so about an hour and 20 minutes. I'm gonna end this stream like at like 7:30 or maybe a little bit before that. I'll end the stream because we haven't been going for that long, only an hour 37, and then I'll get ready for the live stream, the Nintendo Mobile Direct. It's cool though. It's cool. LOL. What's cool? The Goose Game? DG players, and supposedly they're adding messaging system and cloud saves. Just get ready for the online service. Messaging system and cloud saves. Well, I mean that's not too, and that's not too surprising. But I'll catch this player since I don't even play JRPGs. I recognize games like Octopath existing back on the NES. Not sure how you call a genre that's been around for 30 years niche. Well, it's not even about the genre. It's about the actual game because like you can have like a niche can be put into individual games, not necessarily a whole genre. You know. DG says, player, since I think cloud saves will be in the system, but it won't be active till the online service. Yeah, I think so as well. Big Tasty says, player, since I was watching an old video of you going off on Review Tech gave me a good laugh. Can you come off as rude, but keep speaking your mind? Going off on Review Tech, like that was a super old video. But that was actually a response to one of the videos that he made. But me and Review Tech we're cool, man. So that's like old. That's like super old. I don't know if I'm coming off as rude, and especially coming from Rich. I mean, a million people have said he comes off as really rude as well. So I mean, two rude people, or do people see Rich as the model of politeness? And I like Rich, by the way, guys. I'm subscribed and I watch his videos. So yeah, it seems like a little bit of a pointless comment. I don't know. All right, Places, have you heard? Have I heard what? Christian says hello. J2 Blue says, player, since no one here has seen the game outside of screenshots, to be honest, the game still looks fine to me. At the end of the day, as long as it's fun, it doesn't matter what the game looks like. J2 Blue, that's not true. People have review copies. Dreamcast guy has the game. Kofi has the game. People are actually playing the game, and have uploaded their own stuff to it. There's been footage that's been leaked onto the internet, copyright strikes. So no, that's not true. People have definitely seen the game, like running on their system. I think there's actually some people that are lurking in this chat that actually have the game, have the game already, because it comes out next week. It comes out on what, Tuesday or Friday? It comes out on Friday. I think the 7th or the 4th, one of those two. So no, people have it. People are playing it. Snowy Day, I see you, man. The problem, Snowy Day, is that you misspelled my name, dude. That's why it's not coming up in yellow. You misspelled my name. About the Untitled Goose Game. What Untitled? Dude, I'm not talking about the Untitled Goose Game anymore. DG says, Price is sorry, but can you explain the niche means? I still don't get it. Let's go with the actual definition of niche. Niche. Denoting or relating to products, services, or interests that appeal to a small, specialized section of the population. So that's what the actual definition is. Now, how gamers use it is if the game doesn't sell like Call of Duty, or if the game doesn't sell like Smash Brothers, it's niche. It's not quality. It's not as good. It's not as good as this X game or Y game. But I think that's BS, because there's no actual parameters. Niche used to be stuff that's like, you know, maybe it sells like 100,000 copies. It doesn't hit 1 million, because 1 million used to be a greatest hit. So nobody used to put niche attached to games that sell over 1 million units. He's attaching niche to Octopath, yet it would be a freaking platinum or greatest hit or player's choice type of game, which none of those would be considered as niche games or niche games, or however you want to pronounce it. So that's basically the definition, like how some people use it, but what the actual definition is. But no, Octopath doesn't fit that. 1 million people having Octopath and more even buying it. It doesn't fit the definition of niche at all. But he's using it to fit it. He's using it to drive his narrative. That's all he's doing. Which is fine. It's not a big deal. Like I said, no shots to anybody. Just making content. J2 boosts his players as well. Meant like the common folk like me, but I get what you're saying. The whole narrative around Nintendo is annoying. Everyone acts like you can't primarily own a Nintendo console. You can't primarily own a Nintendo console these days. Well, I don't know if it's about that. I think it's just more about people crying about X or Y game not coming. Thanks, man. Now I get it. Cool. Are we getting any more Resident Evil? Maybe. Sean Diamond says, oh, he's talking to him. Let's see here. Paid Enthusiast says, player since, wasn't the haters calling Bayonetta 2 a niche game? Yeah, they were calling Bayonetta 2 a niche game too. They'll call anything a niche game that's not like Call of Duty. Ibster says, player since, hey OJ, do you think these 8-bit / 16-bit inspired indie games will start to saturate the eShop soon? I mean, I'm talking personally, but I feel like it's getting too much. Then no, I don't care about eShop saturation. If it does saturate the eShop, oh well. Then what happens then? Do people stop buying Mario or Zelda? No. Do people stop buying indie games that they like? No. You can saturate things all you want to. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Steam is the most saturated thing ever. Gabe Newell is worth $4.4 billion. Steam sells a ton of copies of stuff, so it doesn't matter. Even if it does saturate it, oh well. Nintendo's not going to stop people from releasing their games. Like, Nintendo's not going to say, no, you're not going to, like, Nintendo's not, like, you see these 16-bit or 8-bit games that are good. Nintendo's not going to be like, nope, saturation, sorry, you can't release your game. Hey, you, no, you release your game. No, you don't release your game. Is that what you guys want? Is that what you guys want Nintendo to do? Is to, and by the way, all these games are, like, on PlayStation 4, too, by the way. Like, all these indie games are pretty much all going to be on PS4 at some point, or all on Steam. So it's not like Nintendo's getting only exclusive indie games and nobody else is getting them. All this crap is on Steam or on PS4. So is there a problem there? Why is it only a problem here? But it's not. Why is it only a problem for Nintendo? PS4 is going to get all this crap too at some point. Steam's going to get all this crap too. So I don't get it. Octopath sold more than Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Yeah, that's of course. Marco Hawthorne says, Octopath is on its way outselling Persona 5, and people don't call the game niche. Some people call Persona 5 niche. Some people do, some people don't. The definition of niche is stupid at this point. Player says, when do you think 6.0 will drop? Dude, I have no idea. I mean, sometime between now and late September, right? Snowy Day says, player, since I just paid off my order for FIFA 19. Can't wait to play it on my Switch on September 25th. Cool, man. Congrats. J2 Blue says, player says, do you think Capcom will eventually port Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Ultimate to the Switch? You mean Infinite? Or is it Ultimate? No, Ultimate. Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Sorry, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Ultimate. I think maybe at some point, yeah. Digital only. Hassan says, player, since you streaming the mobile game direct? Yeah, I'm streaming it. To whoever 6.0 is rumored to be out by next week. Okay, if it's rumored to be out by next week, that's cool. If it is, we'll see. They said 6.0 will drop next week. We'll see. Did I play Pocket Rumble? I have not played Pocket Rumble yet. It's only a problem for Nintendo because people hold Nintendo to a different standard than Xbox and PlayStation. Well, whenever it's something negative, they hold Nintendo to that standard. If it's something that's indifferent or positive, then it's no longer at that standard. Or like if it's like architecture wise, they want everything to be like Microsoft and Sony on Switch, even though Switch clearly isn't freaking like PS4 or Xbox One, but they want everything, and they want everything to play the same and everything to look the same and everything to be the same. Some people on Switch, when they know good and well that's not going to be true. So it's just funny how people, like I said, there's so many people in this world though. There's so many gamers, so people are going to be throwing opinions out left and right. Ariel Lazarus says, since people are going to cry no matter what Nintendo does, so it's dumb that after E3 and Smash Direct, people said too much Smash, but after the Indies Direct, it's all why no Smash. Well, that's why I said there's too many people that are saying all sorts of different things. I think some people just want like a million different third-party games to be announced for Switch. They want it to be like PS4 and Xbox One, and it's just not going to be like that. They still have not accepted the fact that Switch is not going to be like that. Like, they have not put that into their brain, or they'll make excuses, or they'll complain. It's like, what is it, the 6 stages or whatever of grief? What is it called? 5 stages of grief. 5 stages of grief. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. And I'm being serious with this. Like, a lot of people that are content creators and a lot of people out there, they're still in the bargaining/anger phase. The 5 stages of grief, you guys can look it up. They have not accepted it at this point. See, me, I skipped over denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and went straight to acceptance. You know, I skipped over all those and looked at the facts and went into acceptance. A lot of these people making these comments are in the anger, and bargaining type of, anger and bargaining type of phrase. They want to get mad about what? There's no way. So then they'll make stupid comparisons. They'll bring up Super Nintendo. They'll do certain things like that, and then they'll be bargaining. Well, this would have never happened with this. Oh, well, what if they do this? Okay, but so I mean, that's the thing. They're not just looking at the straight facts. This is PS4 and Xbox One PC. They're all x86. Nintendo Switch is ARM. Nintendo Switch is not as powerful. Nintendo Switch is built differently. Some developers aren't going to want to do that. They have to pass it off to another developer. There's a myriad of other things that happen with the Nintendo Switch when it comes to what it gets compared to the PS4 and Xbox One. They don't want to they don't want to move to the acceptance stage. They refuse to move into the acceptance stage. And my freaking what's it called is my styrofoam is coming off real quick. Soundproofing. There you go. We're good. The 5 stages. So a lot of them are in the 5 stages of grief, where they just can't accept the fact that Switch isn't PS4 and Xbox One, or they think that it needs to be like that. And that's probably the best way to do it is put it in. They're like, oh, and then they get mad when anybody tries to say, okay, well, here's what it is. This is what it's going to be. This is kind of how it is. Like when people are already in the acceptance phase, if you're in the acceptance phase, they call you a fanboy, they call you a defender, they call you all these different things when you're already in the acceptance phase. You know what I'm saying? When you're like, okay, well, this is what it's getting, this is what it can do. We can't force the developers to do anything. You know, they're going to make games when they make games. If you're already in the acceptance phase, you're known as defender or fanboy or whatever the case is. A lot of people are still in the anger and bargaining phase. So that's kind of how it is right now. That's kind of how I see it. They're still in that phase. And I think at some point, maybe the 5 stages of Switch, is that what we should call it? The 5 stages of Switch. Let's just call it that. It even has the same, like the amount of SWI. Oh, never mind. Switch is one more letter, but still. Wait, or is it? SWITCH. SWITCH. Yeah, it's one more letter. So yeah, we're just gonna call it the 5 stages. We're gonna call it the 5 stages of Switch. Some people are still in that. So some people are still in the bargaining anger phase. So maybe they'll get over it at some point. Do I play Resident Evil Revelations? Yeah, I've already beat Resident Evil Revelations. I beat it on the 3DS and I beat it on the 3DS, Wii U, and on the Switch. Why are people disappointed in Nintendo in 2018? Nintendo ain't over yet. Well, they're just comparing it to last year. That's really what they're doing. And they're ignoring all the third-party games that have came out, like Fortnite and Paladins and and Octopath and Valkyria Chronicles and Dragon Ball Fighters and South Park. They're just ignoring all that and then just like saying, oh, but this. Yeah, they just say damage. Yeah, they say damage control. They just say that when I'm not the one. I'm the one looking at facts. They're the ones looking at trying to make up scenarios and things instead of just looking at the facts. If you look at the facts, it's pretty clear. It's the same reason why 3DS doesn't get all the same stuff that PS Vita got, in terms of the system, or the same things that the Xbox One got, or something like that. It's just the same reason, same reasoning. Isn't x86 better than ARM? Do you think Nintendo would use it? No, there's not x86 better than ARM. No, x86 is just the style of one type of processor that you use. ARM is a different. ARM is used for smaller devices, so it's small. Like the Switch is not the size of a freaking Xbox One. So no, it's not about one being better than the other. x86 can draw more power, it can output more, but there's no way Nintendo can put an x86 processor into a portable device. That's impossible. Snowy day. It's impossible. You can't it's not possible to put an x86 processor into a Switch. You can't do it. Also, shout outs to Sean Diamond. I did miss your donation. Let me get that. It says donated $1 and says Untitled Goose Game of Game of the Year 2019. Calling it now. Can you play Shining Resonance? Oh gosh, you DMing me these stuff, dude. All right, Sean, I'll do it for you, man. Luckily, I have Twitter already up. And you really like Shining Resonance, don't you? Shout out to. Thank you for the $1 donation, man. I appreciate that, homie. Markel Hawthorne says, player, since of all these games that have been getting announced and we still haven't had a fall direct yet. Yep, we're gonna have a big one. Past 20. Let's see here. Shinobu says, player says, did you see the articles about Cosmic Star Heroine dev? Yeah, I did see the articles about that. I don't really know how to put it into an article though, like how, or like a video, what to talk about. It's like he's upset about the visibility of the indie game. So like, no matter what, like. He's complaining about indie games like his game not getting enough visibility and Nintendo not talking about it enough. Everyone's been complaining about Nintendo about talking about too many indie games. So damned if you do, damned if you don't. It doesn't matter what side you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? Do you buy the rumor that Michael O'Brien says, do you buy the rumor that the full direct will be within the next 2 weeks? I don't know if I 100% buy it, but it's possible because that'd go into September. You said you wish Microsoft and Sony had directs. I don't. They'd probably be lame. Jetty Plus, is anyone? Okay, hold up. Never mind. J2 boosts his player since saltiness, whining, inferiority, talking too much, calming down, have fun. It spews, it spells out switch. Saltiness, whining, inferiority, talking too much, calming down. That's the 5 stages of switch. Hey, who said that? J2 Blue, tweet that to me, dude, on Twitter. That's funny. Do I think Activision will bring more games to the Switch? No, I don't think Activision will bring more games to the Switch. Ariel Lazarus's player, since everybody's being too impatient for the Fall Direct. Nintendo Fall Directs are usually September. I think a couple were October, but it's mostly September. We might even get two. We might even get 2 Directs this year, guys. 2 Fall Directs. We might even get like a fall and a winter direct. OJ, we need Sid and Punishment 3 on the Switch. That'd be nice. I'll buy all my games going forward. I'll probably still buy them like at Best Buy. Wait, no, I won't buy them at Best Buy. I don't know. Not sure. I think I'll probably just go to Walmart and buy the game or something. Will I go back to GameStop? Will I go back and get a power-up card? I might have to go back to GameStop. Dude, that's where I bought my games beforehand. I might have to go back to GameStop, dude, and just get like a power-up, get one of the power-up rewards cards or something. Might have to go back to that, dude. Might have to go back to that. All right, guys. We've been streaming for about a good 2 hours. Shout outs to the viewers, guys. 200 viewers minimum average throughout this whole thing, dude. Throughout this whole thing. Let me read off a couple more comments here. I'll read off a couple more. So, hold up. Paid Enthusiast says, what unannounced first-party game are you hoping gets revealed in the inevitable Fall Direct? I have no idea, dude. Andre Sorrell says, players, since Nintendo needs to have Direct specifying the difference between Direct and an indie showcase. No, they don't. They actually, unless that was a joke, that must be. I think that's a joke. Nintendo has to have a Direct that specifies the difference between a showcase and I think that's a joke. Okay, that's a good joke then. That's a good joke. Valhalla Outcast says, players, since you got Best Buy Gamers Club till the end of 2019, right? Yeah, I do. Do you think a card game for the Switch? What do I do? Do I think a card game for the Switch? Yeah, it was a joke. Yeah, I know it was a joke. Yeah, they should specify that because some people think that they go into these Nindies showcases and they say, "Oh, this Direct was horrible compared to Nintendo's Direct last year," and I'm like, "What? What?" I don't have one of those in my city, dude. One of those like I don't even have like a Fry's Electronics in my city either. The mobile direct is in about 1 hour from now, guys. Mobile direct is about 1 hour from now. All right, so let's see here, guys. I'm going to link something for you guys. So we have a giveaway. I want to make sure that let you guys know we have a giveaway that's going on. So if you haven't entered into that giveaway and gotten in all of your entries, make sure you do so. I also have multiple videos. I need you guys to watch these videos that I'm doing on my channel. I need you guys to watch them because I'm spending time on them. So watch them. I'm going to link some of those. We're not going to do any raids tonight, guys, because we have a direct, a mobile direct that we're going to be covering. So we're not going to do any raids tonight. I'm just going to link you guys some of my content. If you haven't seen it, please make sure you check it out. There's some videos that I did for today, some good stuff. So if you haven't seen it, please check out the channel. Check out the vids. I'm working hard on those for you guys, so please check them out. I forgot which one that I linked, but there's a Spider-Man and there's a My Hero One's Justice. Although we got a lot more viewers today than we did yesterday, so good stuff. Good stuff on watching the videos, guys. I appreciate that. Let's see here. So yeah, so I linked some of my videos. You guys raid those videos that I linked. Make sure you check them out. I'll be back with a post with the mobile direct. I'll be going live about maybe 15 to 20 minutes beforehand, and we'll live stream the mobile direct. So guys, it's going to be at 8:30 p.m. my time. So wherever you are in the world, about an hour. That's when the direct starts. I'll have a post. I'll be on Twitter. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, and so you can get the latest updates. I think I have a command for Twitter as well. Do I have a command for Twitter? Let's hope it works. I don't think it works. I don't think that worked. But anyway, oh, I do have a command for Twitter. There you go. So make sure you follow me on Twitter for the latest updates and all that. And I'll be more than happy to inform you guys. You guys know when I upload videos. All that stuff's on Twitter. So make sure you check that out. All right. So no, Radio Shack doesn't exist, at least not where I'm at. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and we'll see you guys for the mobile direct in about 1 hour. But I will be live a little bit before then, so about 45 minutes or so. Look forward to a post. I'll be going live then. All right, we'll see you guys for the Dragilia Lost mobile direct later tonight. Peace.